Mayoko-san,
はい。
what are you doing?
針金カットしてます。
針金カットしてます。
はい。
So we've got about 5 days until we have to head up to Tokyo for the Kokufu-ten, and Fujikawa-san just came back from the first trip to Tokyo to take up our show trees. One of them got in, one of them didn't, which was what we expected. But we've got about 5 days left. I've got this giant sonare that Fujikawa-san picked up on this last trip to get done, and a few more projects before we head up to Tokyo next week, so gotta get on it. As you can see behind me here, I got the sonare done already. It took about a day and a half from cleanup to styling to the finishing touches. So now that that one's done, it's on to the next tree. So which of the two trees that we took up to the Kokufu didn't make it into the show? Well, it was exactly what I expected. The Tosho did not make it in. We kind of figured that that would be the case because the tree isn't really that well developed, but the customer wanted us to try anyway. Sometimes a lot of our customers like to, what they say, charenji, which is to challenge the Kokufu and try to get their tree in. And sometimes it just doesn't work out. And in this case, the tree failed. But the customer is still excited. He's going to go visit the show next week, so everything is good. Alright, so here's what happens at the Kokufu prejudging process. Basically, about 600 or 700 trees from all over Japan get taken up to Tokyo about a week and a half to 2 weeks before the actual event itself starts. Each tree goes before a panel of 12 judges, and each of those judges ranks those trees from 1 to 7. The higher the points, the better the tree. So top trees will get 7 times 12, so they'll get that total. They'll get listed out, and the trees that rank above a certain level will get into the show. The trees that get below a certain score won't make it into the show, and that's exactly what happened with our Tosho. It did not rank high enough to actually get in the exhibition. Now, of course, it's not the end of the world if a tree doesn't get in. It can always be improved, and then the customer can try it again the next year. But it's definitely very competitive, as about half of the trees get knocked out in the first round of prejudging. Alright, so I'm back home. We've got about a day before we leave for the Kokufu, so I've got to pack all of my clothes. And this is one of the hardest parts of going to Tokyo because we have to be gone for a full 2 weeks. So I got to pack basically 2 weeks worth of clothes because there's nowhere to do laundry up there, and there's no time either. So got to get on it. I broke my suitcase. Okay. All right, we got the second load all packed up and ready to go, and we're off to Tokyo tomorrow morning, so we'll see you guys then. Alright, so we're about a half hour outside of Tokyo right now. We've made really good time for the day. We're going to head straight to Ueno to the Green Club, unload the first load, get the tables sort of set up, and then we're gonna call it a day. Tomorrow morning, we'll get up and head over to Bonsai to pick up the trees that we brought up a couple of weeks ago. So we've got a long couple of weeks ahead of us, but we're off to a good start so far. All right, as you can see behind me here, this is what we start with when we come up to the Green Club. It's just a bunch of tables that are laid out. So I'm gonna make sure that everything's adjusted to the right level. We're gonna tape up the legs just in case a big wind blows through, put some carpet over the top, and then we'll unload the trees on top of that. Ohayou gozaimasu. Oh, Good morning, Andre.
Good morning.
塩がいいかな。